Hey folks, Marsman here. So I'm working on a Trane rooftop, and very nice units. These newer rooftops are definitely well manufactured in my opinion. But what I wanted to go with, guys, is how to go about testing the functions on the rooftop. We want to test heat, we want to test cool, we want to test our economizer. We want to make sure that's working. So what I want to show you, here's our return section, filters, our economizer. Economizer's control board has already been set up for enthalpy and our minimum position. Also, I wanted to note, on these newer rooftops, all these manufacturers are starting to mount these smoke detectors right here inside the return section with our tube going right through the economizer. There it is, which goes right to our smoke detector. Very, very conveniently located, in my opinion. I'm sure you all have worked on these quite a bit at some point, and you find yourself climbing up to the deck of the building trying to get to the smoke detector that's been located in the return section right at the drop of the rooftop. But what I wanted to go over, like I said, is how to actually run tests, how to activate your test mode. So if you take a look at the terminal points right here, you'll see the first two are test 1 and test 2. And what we want to do is go ahead and test this system out. And the way that you do that is you have to jump out test 1 and test 2, and you hold it for a couple of seconds, and that'll allow your test to be enabled. So the first test that we're going to do is the fan. 1, 2, 3. That'll start driving our supply fan motor on. The next function is going to be our economizer. 1, 2, 3. I know you don't hear the blower wheel going, but I promise you it is. It's a direct drive on a VFD. So we activated our economizer. So you'll start to see the economizer actuator starting to drive itself open. This is a very slow process if anybody's ever worked on them. Economizers do not move fast, but it is definitely driving itself open. So now that we've verified that our fan is operating, our economizer is operating, now we can go to our next test by holding it down 3 times. This is going to activate our cooling stage 1. 1, 2, 3. There's cooling stage 1. This system does have a hot gas bypass on it. A heat pump. It does have a heat pump. So we're going to test that as well. So we're going to jump this out. This should kick on stage 2. 1, 2, 3. There's stage 2. I believe the test on this one calls for 3 stages. As you can see, as soon as we activated the second stage, our first stage shut off. So what's probably going to happen here is when I test this out, stage 1 will come back on. 1, 2, 3. There you go, first stage. So it calls for 3 stages, but this system's only equipped with 2. So now we're going to test our heat pump. So if we drive this again, 1, 2, 3, there it is. I don't know if you heard that, but it definitely came on and open. So now what we're going to do is our next test is going to be heat. This should shut off our cooling and enable the heat. 1, 2, 3. That shut off. Our inducer motor should start coming on. There it is. Once the inducer motor starts running, we have to go through our safeties. So we have our pressure switch, our pressure proving switch to actually verify that the inducer is on. Once that's complete, of course, we have to complete our circuit through all of our safeties. Once that's proven, it'll start to ignite just like so. So now we know our heat works. We're gonna go ahead and end our test with that. I'm sorry, actually, so that's first stage heat. So if we do this again, we're gonna get our second stage heat. That's second stage heat. Now remember, this test can keep going depending on how much you have, how many stages of heat you have, how many stages of cooling you have. So always keep that in mind. So we're going to go ahead and end our test now that we verified everything's operating. 1, 2, 3. And that'll shut it off. And that's it. That is how you go about testing the operations of heat, cool, economizer. In this case, also our heat pump. So another quick thing, folks, once you're done with this test mode, I'm a big fan of just go ahead and resetting the power. This will verify that you're now out of test mode, because sometimes if you do leave it in test mode, it'll stay in test mode for approximately, I believe, 2 hours. It is. Don't quote me on that, but nevertheless, that's how you go and test your function. I hope this video helps you out in some way, and as always, thanks for watching. Please click the like button and subscribe for some more videos coming up, and thanks again. Be safe.